Good morning, everyone. I hope you're all well. My name is Rima Bechara, and I'm just trying to adjust to make sure that I have. My name is Rima Bechara. Oopsie. Okay, I'm a few minutes early because want to make sure I get the orientation right. And I have to say, this video might get scrapped because I've never tried this before, and I haven't seen it done, but it's my way of trying to find a way to deal with, I want to put a glass, well, I want this to be like a see-through window. So let's call it a Christmas tree window. And this is the first part of the live. I'll probably, if it works, continue it next week. If not, it's back to the drawing board. I have the resin tape, but that is not going to help me very much in that it is only, how big? Oh, I'm trying to measure with this. It is, good morning, Betty, how are you? It is almost 2 inches, but this is wider from here. This is more like 9 inches by 10. Is that 9 by 10? Yeah, it's 9 3/4 by 10 and a bit. And I tried to think of several ways of trying to do this. And the only way I could come up with was to use the resin tape, or any tape actually, to stop the leakage. I'm going to turn this upside down, so it's to stop the leaking resin. I don't mind if it comes on here because I can always put a trim to hide it, but it needs to attach to the wood. So I'm praying that it will go under the wood, right here, but not over here. So this is the way we're going to hold it down. I might have to do a little bit of cleanup because I don't want anything to spoil the resin. And the first part I'm going to attempt, which is probably going to be the hardest one, is this bit here. Now I found that if I just apply the resin tape, I could use any tape actually, it doesn't have to be resin, this way, and I'm just trying to, I'm going to turn it upside down in a minute, but I'm trying to put my tape on. Actually, it's better if I don't use this. Right here. So it might be boring for some of you. It might be interesting for some of you. I'm not sure. But that's what I'm going to do today. Thank you. Hi, Hazel. Hi, Betty. hardest part is going to be this bit. Well, the hardest part is going to be hoping that there will be no leakage. So I'm going to turn this upside down. Let me just try it. I'm just going to tack this up here so it doesn't go in. The other should be easier. Nope, I did it wrong. Okay, let's try this again. Well, this one is kind of tacked. I'm not worried about leakage here, so let's not worry about that. Now I'm just going to put this, let me get another tape because apparently I thought I'd put this down. No, I'm adding resin but not glass. It's once you get started, it'll be fine. Let me start by saying my name is Rima Bechara, and I'm the owner of Walls and More, and I'm trying this for the first time. I looked for tape that was wider than this. If I use this tape, my problem forget that. I'm not getting it right, am I? My tape will create, no, there's no back to it. I'm creating the back. Oh, never fails. Every time I'm online. This is how your hand can go through it. So no, there is no tape. Let me start by doing it like this. Okay, that's the way to do it. If I use tape, I'm going to get marks. let me do the other side. I'm going to get lines, and I don't want that. And sorry, I will try and keep moving this so that you can see what I'm doing. And it might be hard. It'll probably be easier on the sides for you to see what I'm doing. But I'll turn it around. So today the whole point is to secure this as best as I can and turn it around. So you can see what I've done is I've attempted to put a seal right here so that the resin does not leak out. And that's going to be the most important thing. I need to, oops, I'll pick that up. I need to add a little bit more on this side. And make like a, when you think about it, it doesn't sound that it's going to be, we'll see when it gets done, Betty, I don't know yet. Right now I'm just either or. It's, the resin is going to go in here, and I'm going to have to deal with putting this way. And I'm trying to find my card. Oh, there it is. I just want to make sure that there is no leakage. It's tedious, and in some areas I might go back and add a little bit more. And I have this whole thing in front of me, this whole thing, and yet I chose to do this stupidly. On the edge. How stupid can that be? Now some of my paints might leak. I mean, might break down. Might pull off. But I don't have a problem. I'm using a part my trim, which this was, by the way, done with with Would You Bend, and hopefully you will learn, if it works, from my mistakes. I'm going to keep this in here, it's easier. So I'm just doing the edges, as I said, to ensure no leak. I tried looking, I think I started to say, I started contacting some companies to see if they could design something for me, or if there's material anywhere that I could purchase to do this, where there would be no leakage. And the cost was over $100, so that's when I realized I'm going to have to do it myself. And when I turn this around, you will see what I'm trying to do. So this is all in the name of crafting. Definitely some areas need a little bit more, because as I'm applying the tape, you can see, I hope, right here, that there is a missing link. I'm going to start on this side, and I need to make sure that everything in here is perfectly clean. If it was a straight line, I think it would have been easier. Instead of, because I have these ins and outs, it's a little bit more complicated. It shouldn't take that long from this point on. Yeah, very expensive. And it would take about 6 weeks to manufacture, and I didn't think that this was a project I wanted to spend this kind of money on, or time. So, I know you probably think this is crazy, but I'm looking at it as a challenge. Now, the areas that are kind of jut in are need reinforcing. But so, do you think I'm crazy? I am too. Like I said, I have no idea if it will work or not. I've been thinking about this for a while. So like I said, you can probably do it with any tape. And this one's just come off. That's what I was afraid of, but we'll add another piece. Small piece right here, because with the glue, with the card I'm using, I tore it. Now, if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. I just end up with a piece that I'm going to have to wonder what to do with. So let me just finish this side and then correct the other one. Okay, I see an area that definitely is lifting. So I'm just going to go over it. Yeah, there's one area that I just can't seem to push it in all the way, so let me try this. I've never heard of that. Thank you, Betty. I've never heard of the booger glue. Okay. So now, one side I'm not going to do any more to. And I think I need a little bit more. Here, I'm going to use this tape because it's easier. And I thought of different bases to do this on. And I just picked this because that's what I had. Now, there was another way we could possibly do it, and that's with contact paper. I had done a project, not similar, but the same idea, not as open as this one was, with contact paper. And it was okay. It worked out okay. Oh, I don't know. I've never heard of it. Okay, so that's two sides down. Now let's just see this one. I know this one is going to need a little bit here. Yeah, I've never heard of it. I also need it to adhere to the wood. So I don't think I'm going to need this anymore. So I'm just checking. It doesn't look pretty. see over here. I think that's it. We shall see if it starts leaking. And it starts leaking. I'm going to have to clean the inside with some tape. Because I want a perfectly clear glass. My other dilemma is I don't know how much I need in resin. So I might start with, yeah, but I want the edges to have resin, Betty. I want the resin on the edges. I want it to drip down inside here because what's going to hold the resin? I don't want just a triangle. So let me just do this. I'm going to check it. There's some more dirt here. Okay, so now I'll check it again before we pour the resin. And like I said, I'm not sure how much I need. When you're using resin, please tie your hair back. And put gloves on. I'm putting my gloves on now. If this works, then it could be applied to so many other things. I'm not using the fast cast resin or the quick resin, the 1 hour resin. It could hold on to the silicone mat. Like I said from the very beginning, this might be a total fail. I'm going to do hopefully I have more, but I want to do, this is almost 5 ounces. I don't think we'll make it to 6. I might start off just by doing 5 ounces. I don't think I've got enough in this bottle to do 6. Actually, I need a little bit more to make it to 5. But usually silicone, Betty, will release. So I've got 5 ounces here, and we're going to pour them in another container. And this is going to be 5 ounces here. So again, I don't know if you can see what I'm doing. Almost there. And I think this might be the first time where my bottles end up being almost the same. Usually I get leftover resin, either A or B, but not this time. Let's get a container and mix both of those up. So I have A, just want to double check, and I have B. Hey Lynn, I just want to add some more of this one because for some reason I'm seeing it's just trickling down. That's what I need. They look the same to me. I'm going to pour them in this cup right here. This one looks dirty though. No, I'm not doing it in this one. Let me see, maybe here. I'm glad I saw that. Okay, we have a very clean one here. And I no longer know if this is A or B. How are you, Lynn? Just going to stand up and do this. And hopefully not mess up. Actually, I just want to get a wooden stir stick so that I can get everything out. I'm going to get another wooden stir stick because I don't want them to start mixing without me. But I will mix with the silicone tool. It creates less bubbles, in my opinion. What I should have done is found a container that will hold this much resin instead of pouring it in. But okay, I'm going to start mixing, and I need just some paper towels. No worries, Lynn. I found a couple of drops that have dropped here, so I'm just going to clean them out. And my hope is that they will go under the 3 minutes, yes, please. That they'll go under the wood. Lynn, I don't really like you watching and driving. Listening isn't the same. So Betty's going to time me for 3 minutes. And I'm slowing very slowly. You can see how it's clouded. And it will soon clear. There's a big bubble or a big something here that doesn't seem to want to go away. It's beginning to clear up, which means I'm almost done. So you stir the sides and the bottom. And because I'm pouring slowly, I'm mixing slowly, I'm hoping that I won't get as many bubbles. I'm trying to get, there are a few. Yes, I do. Otherwise, how will it'll just be a silhouette of it. It won't be a window kind of. I might have made too much, but we'll get a couple of molds. No, well then how will it stay? How will it hold on? It won't really hold on. Except to the edges, it could. But it would be more secure with more with touching the edges. Time, okay. So I do have a few bubbles. I'm just going to put this down. And I'm going to pour. Well, let me first clean up an area I just noticed that has some dirt on it. Not dirt, but I'm going to spray some alcohol just to make sure. Yeah, I hope it works too. Otherwise, this video will be titled, How Not to Do This. So I'm going to first start off by pouring gently and then seeing where it goes. And I'm doing it from the center because I don't want to touch these. I was going to I'm just watching it. Can you see it? This is touched over here. Oh, I made far too much. I think I could have done it with less, but that's okay. Oh, I need some here. Let me see how thick it is. I think I'm going to add a little bit more just to make sure. And I did have a flashlight. I hope it's still here. Well, that's my UV one. That won't work. I can't tell yet. I can't tell yet. But I can see bubbles along the edges. I will get bubbles along the edges. Where it touches the wood, because the wood is a breathing. I want to move these out of the way so that I can turn it around and watch it. And these can go away. So can this. I just have a few bubbles. And I hope this is level. Sorry if my head is underneath. I hope it goes underneath. I'm going to use my blowtorch. Not my blowtorch. No, I won't. I need to find my, if I can, the flashlight. Oh, where can it be? Oh. And I don't think I have one down here. I bet you I find it right after. I'm still not seeing any leakage. Now this is going to remain like this for until tomorrow. And I'm not quite sure how I'm going to attach this, but we'll see. Let me get some molds, and then we can not waste this. Okay. Because I have a fair amount left. Okay, we can do this one. And this one. And then these two, which I can put here, but so that you can see better. But no, I don't want to drop it inside either. So let me see the best way of doing this. First, I'm going to spray with the alcohol. I don't know. Let's see how it turns out. I'm not jumping to conclusions, but I will see what it looks like first. And then decide. So I'm just going to start pouring my resin in here. And then I'm going to move this out of the way. I was trying to find my snow globe so that I could so am I. I've been thinking about this, Betty, for approximately 2 months. And I was in a class with a woman whose husband actually makes these. I found this in the store, in a charity shop. And I was asking people in the class what they thought I should do. And she told me there is no way to do it. And they do the same exact thing without would you bend. And yeah, I know I'm dripping a little bit of resin. You could dump it all in. I prefer not to. Yep, exactly. And she said, if it works, I want to know how you did it. So I'll make her watch this. I think it's also time to check on my little piece. And I brought over a stick. I'm not at a comfortable angle to move my to move my this, so I'm just going to leave it like this. Yes, I tried. I have one, but it meant that I would have to cut it. I have it right here. I even tried with this, but it meant that I would have to cut it. So rather than cutting it, I thought it would be a good idea to try this. I'm just going, this one I'm not going to need anymore because I have more than enough. I can clean this up later. I'm just going to very lightly torch this. Not torch, I keep saying. Yes, there is, and I have made some molds, but you would need a lot of it. I see bubbles where it's touching the wood. I'm just going to sit down and watch. Let me see if I see anything in here, like a bubble. Yeah, there's a few bubbles around the edges. I have to move this because it's not level now. It's on the tape. So I'm just going around. And I'm going to do this a couple of times with the torch, heat gun. Yes, that's true. I made some molds using that criteria. I did these, and I had a project in mind for them, for inside the shell. But I never ended up doing it because when you're using your heat gun, make sure you keep it moving. And I can see bubbles. Now the other thing I can do with this is I thought of adding a little bit of glitter. Should I? Do you think I should do it with glitter? Just put a tiny, tiny bit. It is a Christmas project. What do you think? I don't know, Betty. I have no idea what I can and can't do if the, I mean, it's thick enough on the sides. It's at least maybe a quarter of an inch where I wouldn't need to do anything. Okay, let's add some glitter. This is going to be, remember, a window. And I'm also going to spray these with some, this is not the spray I like. This will help with the bubbles, hopefully. I'm going to do the same here. I'm going to move my gloves off. Yeah, fine glitter, that's exactly what I was thinking. But now I want to do this in a way where I don't get lumps. Let me find, I just need a small container to pour this into, and I'm going to do, I think I might do the white here. But let me find something that I can spray it in. I mean, pour it in that's flat, like a plate or something. Okay, let's do this one. Oh, don't worry, Betty. I'm just trying to get to the edges of the wood because I didn't have a problem with I think that's going to be enough. Start praying. It's beautiful inside. I am just watching in awe. Trying to see if there's more. This one seems to have something. I might have put the heat gun too long on this because I can see it's not going to be very clear. But let me just do a couple more hits and then I'll let you go. Yeah, I hope it works too. I will do a video of the demolding tomorrow. because I'm not going to touch this. In fact, I was supposed to have a live, but I'm not even going to do that today because I don't want to move this at all. Although it's on a, I'm going to take you down just to show you, hopefully I won't lose you, what this looks like. And I can't tell. Oh, okay, there we go. I hope you can see what I'm seeing. I can't see anything right now. Fingers crossed. Yep. So, and this is the molds. I don't know if I'm too close to them or what. I can't tell. I usually don't hold my camera, but here it goes. So I will let you know about what I decide. See, there are bubbles. I can see the bubbles in the molds. I will let you know tomorrow what I decide, if I'm continuing this on YouTube or going to leave it for a bit. So take care, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. And I will see you tomorrow.